call from a kind of a long time family friend, John Roberts, Cliff Roberts, his dad, gave me a call, and he was just calling around asking for money for a Botswana orphanage that this organization, Heal the World, was currently supporting. And we just kind of started talking, and we soon realized that John and we needed to talk. We were kind of on the same wavelength, had the same heart, and really from the moment that I met John, he's only 26, so he's what, like 6-7 years younger than me. I saw in him, even though I had more experience and all these different things, I saw in him what I wanted to be. And Janice knows him a little bit.
Holly knows him too.
Oh, you know too. So anyway, he's this amazing, like we were talking about, visionary type that really encompasses the name that he created. Michael Jackson might say he created it, but I don't know. That's a debate, actually a legal debate that we're in right now. But Heal the World is everybody knows it. Everybody knows the song. Everybody knows it from Michael Jackson. But really, Michael Jackson didn't do anything with it and dropped the name like 7 or 8 years ago when he started all his legal trouble. And when John went to register our NGO, that's the name that kind of he didn't even think of it really going into it, just like John. Just, the spirit moved, and that's the name that he chose. And really he, as our leader, kind of embodies, I should say, that name. I can tell you so many stories of a need that he sees, wherever it is around the world, and he will jump on a plane and head towards that need, sometimes recklessly, but always with the right intentions and with the Holy Spirit leading him. And so I think we basically became kind of best friends. Carrie kind of teased me in the early that we were like newlyweds or something. We were all doing everything together, and I think she got a little jealous at one point. And so we just kind of we worked well together, and we put our heads together. And he had already started Heal the World through he was kind of living for himself for much of his life, and for his own desires and needs, and also grew up in in kind of a very blessed situation with parents as lawyers and whatnot, and had an encounter with a homeless man that kind of changed his life, and he realized that he wanted to, from that time on, use everything at his disposal to heal the world. And so at that time he was going to school in France, and Heal the World really kind of began he was going to American University in Paris, and it kind of began by small trips that he would take to mostly Francophone, West Africa, like Burkina Faso, or sometimes they went down to Botswana, and that's kind of how it started, just small little trips. And eventually we took on an orphanage of AIDS orphans in Botswana, and a little elementary school in Mali. And when I came on, kind of our mantra was, I love college football, and there's this one team, Fresno State, that basically their mantra is like, anytime, anywhere, any place, we'll play the big guys. We're not a big school. We're just this little school that can't, compete with getting all the best recruits, but that they'll play anywhere at any time and usually either beat them or give them an incredible game. And that was kind of our mantra. Anytime, anywhere, any place that the Holy Spirit moves us, we will respond. And so we had, a lot of kind of small projects here and there that God, brought the right people and the stories of the ways God intervened. But really, what He was growing us to is, and where we are right now, which I'd want to spend just a little bit of time on, is kind of our flagship project. John was traveling. We kind of read and had our hearts moved about this country called Burkina Faso, which is, I believe, the fourth poorest country in the world, GDP wise, and really West Africa is the most undeveloped area in just about the entire world. And they have like 4 doctors per 100,000 people, hardly any lawyers, any professionals. They have one working university that at the time was on strike, and just a very poor, desolate country that doesn't have a lot of the resources natural resources that some of the other African countries have, but a wonderful people that are resilient, and so we kind of had this grand vision a couple of, probably about a year and a half ago, to start the second university in the capital of Burkina Faso, which is called Ouagadougou. Say that 3 times fast, or try and spell it. So we're like, we're basically, and just to go back a little bit, basically our entire organization until this last month has been, I was the oldest person at 33, and so we were all just 20-somethings that had big vision and not a lot of money and not a lot of resources, but big hearts and big vision. And I am extremely excited to say that at this very moment in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, West Africa, we have 5 full-time missionary volunteer teachers who raised half their support, and we paid for their airfare and whatnot, starting an English language institute of 120 students from the ages of like 14 to 18. And it's incredible. We have this beautiful house/school that they're living in, and also using for the classrooms, and it's starting. And so our goal is to take these 120 students through 4 years. So next year we'll start another class, and it will end up weaning out, I'm sure, quite a few students, but within 4 years, our goal in 2013 is to open the University of West Africa. And it sounds so daunting for the size of organization that we are, but it's absolutely amazing.